This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and this is your Sportscentre presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And it's been a late surge of runs for the Leafs as the playoffs approach. Last night, Toronto beat Anaheim for their second straight win. And over the last 2 weeks, they are 6-1-1, putting them a full 3 points ahead of the Lightning and Panthers for first in the Atlantic. With 8 games to go, the Buds control their own destiny, with that destiny being home ice for the first 2 rounds of the playoffs and a first-round series against a wildcard team. And think about that, Leafs fans. You could get a Battle of Ontario or a battle with the Habs. What is sweeter than that? The biggest question left to answer, though, is this Toronto team different than the previous versions that have come up short in the playoffs? The short answer is yes. They are in more than a few ways. As per Money Puck, the Leafs were in the top 10 in expected goals for 5-on-5 in every season under Sheldon Keefe. This season, though, they're 21st, which signals more of a defensive game. But what also signals that is being 12th in expected goals against per game at 5-on-5 compared to 26 last season. Above all else, goaltending has probably been the biggest difference this year, and the main reason why the playoffs might be too. Last season, the Buds allowed 2 or fewer goals 28 times. And this year, with 8 games to go, they've already done it 31 times. Anthony Stolarz and Joseph Woll are both in the top 20 in goals saved above expected. And believe it or not, last night's opponent, the Ducks, are the only other team in the league with 2 goalies in the top 20 of that category. But with 2 guys playing very similar, could this actually be a problem come playoff time? We're always looking for problems over here. I don't know who I want to see in net for the playoffs at this point. I feel like it should be Stolarz to start. Just do a little switcheroo. Just switch it up a bit. Keep the opponents on their toes. We're officially through the first week of the MLB season, and there's one thing on everybody's mind: torpedo bats. Something a week ago no one had ever heard of. Well, I guess unless you're in the Yankees clubhouse. And now everyone's asking the question, what the hell is a torpedo bat? Well, it has more wood in the contact area of the bat and thinner at the top, creating a larger sweet spot and theoretically giving you more bat speed. And yes, these bats are legal, as MLB rules state that they need to come from one piece of wood, no more than 2.61 inches in diameter at their thickest point, and not exceed 42 inches in length. And these bats don't actually break any of those rules. But where do they come from? Here's ESPN's Jeff Passan.
It was very simple. Aaron Leonard, who was a coach with the New York Yankees last season, also happens to be an MIT-trained physicist who taught at the University of Michigan. And he was asking players, okay, what can we do to make our offense better? And the answer was get the ball on the barrel of the bat more. And so he was trying to solve a problem using physics. What they did was they took some of the weight that was distributed toward the end of the bat, moved it down, and remained inside of Major League Baseball's regulations and specs. And in doing so, and having a smooth round bat whose barrel does not exceed 2.61 inches, stayed within those regulations while putting the fatter part of the bat closer to where guys actually make contact with the ball more often.
This is one of those things where it's like, just keep it the way it is. The results so far, though, speak for themselves. The Yankees had a team record 9 home runs on Saturday, as they put up 20 on the Brewers. And a team record when it comes to the Yankees is that much more legit when it comes to their rich team history. But the stats aren't done there, as the Yankees lead the MLB in home runs, runs, and average. However, it's not just the bats. We need to give you even more context. The Yankees who are using these bats are Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, and Austin Wells, who combined for 7 home runs this year. But Aaron Judge is not using one of these bats. And he has 4 home runs himself, but you know, that's Aaron Judge. His .545 average is 3rd best in the majors, and his 4 home runs, 11 RBI, and 2.461 OPS all lead the majors going into today. But see, this is why they have a whole stand of food named after him at the ballpark, okay? It's Aaron Judge. And just to hit you over the head with even more context, this isn't just a Yankees thing, as Ryan Jeffers of the Twins also used a torpedo bat on Sunday. He was 0 for 4 with no home runs and no RBIs. So clearly with the Yankees, it's not just the bats. But if they keep mashing like this, my guess is you'll be seeing more players using this magic bat. Truthfully, MLB should shut this down because they're trying to shorten the length of a game. Okay, we're supposed to be better at pitching, less about batting things around. I get we want to show, but like, let's not do this. It looks a little warped. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And you know we love our baby races in this segment. And there was an epic one this past weekend in Chicago. But let's start with the first rule of baby races. No walking allowed.
Oh, Benny! We got a walker! We got a walker, Benny! No! Turn him around, Benny. We've got a walker. We've got a walker, buddy. You got to crawl. Yep. All right. Here we go. We've got one out in the lead. Oh, We've got...
Oh, babe. Maybe it was his dad's fault for not making him crawl, okay? You're developing too quickly, kid. And also bad news if you want to be a future athlete, because crawling longer develops better hand-eye coordination. This is coming from a producer dad, so I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it is. And that's not all from this baby race, because to win a competition like this, you gotta be studying that film.
Out the month, let's check out the Advocate Baby Bulls race. And there's little baby Sadie. Now, Sadie won the race today. Watch the big trophy she got. She outran everybody. She was in second place and bypassed. But look, we got some video. Little baby Sadie was scouting the last baby race. And she's trying to figure out what angle she needed to do to take the win today. And she did it. And shout out to her aunt, Claire Pilarski, who gave her some inside information. And now, the trophy's been taken away.
That's just good parenting right there. Time now for Upset Moments presented by Under Armour. And since this men's tourney started, we've been very vocal about how this year feels like a chalk year. And as much as we'd love to give you an upset moment right now, we really can't do that. Because this Final Four is made up of all 1 seeds, oh my god. We tried to warn you. This is just the second time in history that all 1 seeds have been in the Final Four. The only other time it happened was 2008, when we had Kansas, UNC, UCLA, and Memphis do it. But let's focus on the positive. Because that 2008 Final Four was absolutely loaded with talent, as the stars of it were all over the 2008 draft. That Final Four featured 11 players that were picked in the first 2 rounds. 5 first-round picks, 4 lottery picks, 3 picks in the top 5, and the first overall pick in Derrick Rose. Just talk about talent, it's a beautiful thing to see. And while it sucks not getting any upsets in the first 2 weekends of the tournament, it just leads to more excitement and talent later on. And guess what, people? This year is more the same, as this Final Four will feature the likely first overall pick in Cooper Flagg, as well as 3 likely lottery picks with his Duke teammates. But in total, 8 players in Jonathan Givony's top 50 prospects are on Duke, Houston, Florida, and Auburn. So once again, the good news with chalk is that we get a star-studded Final Four ahead of us. That's it for me today. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 Eastern. No Pacific! Have a good one.